is up, everybody? What is up? What is up? How's everybody doing? Oh, I got to get on here for conference championship weekend. Had to get in here. Got a few things I got to go over. Actually, got to go over everything. Going to meet the boys. Big Oscar, Big O's birthday. Big O's birthday weekend. A couple of us are going to an undisclosed location. We're meeting up, and we're doing our thing. But man, I'll tell you what, I've been looking at these games all week. I'm glad that I took my time. There's a couple things that I think are just definitely going to happen. I'm going to wait for a few people to get in here, but a couple things that I think are definite. Let me see here. I'm just making sure everybody gets in here, and then we're going to get going. I'm scared. I'm still scared of Washington. But I got a few ideas with teasers and stuff like that. I have a few ideas of how I'm gonna go, and then off of that piggyback, I got some same game parlay ideas. I'm gonna go over like my most solid 5. I'm gonna go over like my most solid 5 or 6 SGPs where you throw a player prop into the game, whatever team you like. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. There's a few things I'm looking at. The last time Philly played Washington, Jaden Daniels had 6 touchdowns and 449 yards. I'm looking at him to have 2+ on the same game parlay. 2+ for Jaden Daniels is like plus 140 on the money line. Like his over-under for touchdown passes is 1.5. I mean, you got to like him to have 2, right? Even win or lose, 2. I think I might want to bet that. Hey, what's up, Rye? You know what? All I need is fucking one guy in here. All I need is one tonight because I'm really looking at stuff, and I'm going to an undisclosed location tomorrow. You know it, and I'm not going to be doing my live. I might do one Sunday, but I don't know if I'll be back or not. So I want to get stuff on now. I'm just sharing this real quick. I got some ideas. I've looked, and I've got some good ones. I'm just sending this right now. Cody texted me in the group. Fuck off. Okay, I want to tell you what I got. First of all, looking at the 2 games, Philadelphia has the better team all the way around. They got the better offensive line. They got the better defensive line. They got the better running back. They got the better pass catchers. They got the everything. The only thing they don't have better is the quarterback. And even the scouts will tell you that. So Washington is playing very good. And when I saw that virtual reality shit and I realized why they're having so much failure blitzing Jaden Daniels, I think it might be a tough game. And especially if Jaden Daniels, he just had 449 yards and 6 touchdowns against the Eagles. It's not like he played against a different team. If I just did that against Passaic and I'm playing them in the playoffs next month, I'm not that afraid of Passaic. You know what I'm saying? So I'm leaning. The spread is 6.5, right? So you only got 2 teams. You can't even do a 3-team teaser this week. This is the last time you could do a real teaser, probably. So I'm leaning on giving Washington the 6, bump them up to 12.5, and then this is not who I think is going to win the game yet. I'm just giving you my first idea for a 2-team teaser. I'm looking at putting it on Washington plus the 6.5. I'll give you the total after this. And then Buffalo KC, the more I think about it, we just keep ignoring Buffalo. But at the same time, I picked against Kansas City last year, every game in the playoffs, against Miami, against Buffalo, and against Baltimore. I was wrong. I'm not going to pick against them right now, but I feel like if they win, it's going to be a close game. They're going to pull it out, squeaker. I feel comfortable putting the 6 points onto Buffalo's 1.5. Bump Buffalo up. So it would come to the teaser. This is just one. I might take the other 2 teams in money lines with the same game parlay guys. But hold on. For this teaser, 2-team teaser plus 6. Washington plus 12.5. Buffalo plus 7.5. I kind of like that. Oh, boys, hit that like button. Hit that like. Hit that like Yvonne Likerson. So that's one. But let's talk real fucking turkey here, boys. Ryan, listen up here. I got a couple SGPs. When I say that, it's FanDuel or DraftKings, the same game parlay feature. The guys, you pepper the board like Julius. They call me Julius Nucci, Julius Peppers. I just pepper the board with solid ones. Now, last week, I was on De'Ami Brown. I told everybody, I screamed it over the mountaintops, but I was in AC. And I had him for 50 yards, and he had 94. So now I checked on him again. Listen, these fucking guys are hot. De'Ami Brown is not going anywhere. Gabish? So let's look. Same game parlay. De'Ami Brown, alternate receiving yards. At 40 yards, he's minus 128. At 50 yards, he's plus 132. So let's see what his actual set. He must be set at about 46 yards, 45.5 yards. Let's see what he's set at. Player receiving yards. De'Ami Brown, 42.5. That's low. I like De'Ami Brown to go over. However, when you're putting a stew together and you got 3 to 5 things, let's go 25. 25 for him if we're just trying to build something up. I'm not even going to pick teams yet. I'm just going to tell you what I think is automatic. So De'Ami Brown, we know he's set at 42.5. He had 94 last week. He's been coming on. Washington needs everybody. But alternate, we're building one, 25. This is not DeAndre Hopkins fucking disappearing man. De'Ami Brown's been balling. We're going to put him in for 25. It's minus 330. We're just going to forget about it. I got the circle with the 1 up. I want to get a couple of these and then pick like the game. We'll see. Okay, let's just put a few together. The lowest possible, safest ones. Let's see how soon we can get to plus 100, something like that. De'Ami Brown, 25. Now, Ertz isn't going to get us 3 catches. Receptions. Ertz, all receptions. Ooh, 3 catches minus 360. If Zach Ertz doesn't get 3 catches, then I haven't been watching the Commanders this season. Ertz for 3. Now, we'll go over to the Chiefs. Noah Gray. I think we could get Noah Gray for 2 around the same odds. We just got Ertz for 3. Let me check. I got a good memory like that. I'm like Rain Man. Let's see. Noah Gray, alt receptions. Oh, yes. Oh, whoa. 2 receptions, 2 plus is very cheap. Minus 174. Like hasn't been doing it for all the last 2 months of the season, 3 months. Wow. 3 catches is plus 178. So his over-under must be 2.5 catches for the game. We're not going to mess with that. 2. We'll go 2 plus. Minus 174. That's it. We don't need anything else. Wait, hold on. Oh, that's it. These 3. Here we go. This is our first good bet. I would use a discount token on this. I think I did because I think I sent you one before. Ready? Tell me if any of these are a little too much for you. Ready? It's a 3-piece parlay. De'Ami Brown, 25 yards. Ertz, 3 catches. Noah Gray, 2 catches. That's it. Same game parlay, plus 161. $5 pays 8. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. $10, you win 16. So you would have $26 at the end of it. Put $10 up. You win 16. You turn your 10 into 26. Put a quarter on it, 25, wins 40. So you put your 25 on it, you go home with 65. You know what? That's a nice one. De'Ami Brown, 25. Now, what if we get a little frisky with those same guys? Let's see something here. Why is De'Ami Brown so low? I don't know. I'm going to say the guys that I'm looking at. So I'm just going to fool around a little bit and go high, like semi-high. De'Ami Brown for 50 yards. And let's see. Noah Gray could definitely catch 3 balls. I mean, Jesus Christ. He caught 3 last week. Why are they acting like he didn't catch 3 last week? I lost my bet because I had Noah Gray over 25 yards. And he had 3 for 13. Fuck. Mahomes is the king of 1-yard passes this year. Whatever they got to do to move them chains. Kelsey just figures it out on the way. He'll run like a 1-yard out. Like, be careful with yards in Chiefs receivers. We're going Noah Gray receptions. He'll get a couple flicks from Patty Boy. Noah Gray, alternate receptions. Ready? If we ever had the balls to go 3 catches again with Gray, which he's been doing that. Noah Gray for 3. De'Ami Brown for 50 yards. Holy shit. Just those 2 things, the parlays plus 544. $25 wins $136.24. Wow. If you put $10 on it, it wins $54.50. Fucking A. Excuse my language. That's a bet. That's a nice one. De'Ami Brown for 50. It's not a far-fetched fucking thing. When I get excited, I curse a little. Sorry, guys. De'Ami Brown for 50 is par for the course on Sunday. They need him. He's a good player now. He's become a guy. He's the number 2. And Noah Gray, he had 3 catches last week. What am I? Am I repeating myself? Who is my big PD, little PD, repeaty? That's it right there. So De'Ami Brown for 50, Gray for 3. That's another one, plus 544. Now, I'd like to get your opinion here, Ryan. Is there any way Washington wins this game? I'll tell you what, my mother already told me. I'll tell you what, Darlene's lucky. Darlene is lucky, like the luck of the Irish. Darlene had a dream like 3 weeks ago that Washington was going to win the Super Bowl, so she had to go bet it, and they've been winning. So my mother, she said she wants me to put a little something on the side and put it on Washington for her because she just has a feeling. I said, all right. So I think I'll take the 6.5 just in case they cover. Like maybe that was the feel, a cover. But you think Philadelphia, you know what? Anything could happen. I mean, why can't Washington win? They just fucking beat Detroit. They just beat Detroit. So if they could beat Detroit, they could beat Philly. And the only guy that there's a little question mark going into this game is the most important position, Hurts. He's a little banged up. I think he could produce in a big game. I watched him play in college real good when he lost his job to Tua, and then Tua got hurt and he went back in and like won the game. I was like, wow, this kid's gonna make it. But I just don't think he's like an A plus player, like an A. Like I think he's a solid B plus, like young Russell Wilson, maybe a little better. I don't know. Russell Wilson had some good years too, but anyway, Hurts got a concussion and now he's got a little injury. So if the defense of Washington keys on Barkley and they say this guy's not going to beat us, I would have to think that Jalen Hurts with A.J. Brown and Smith and Goddard and Barkley out of the backfield, I would have to think that Hurts could beat Washington. But I'm not going crazy. I'm going to look at the specials right now. I'm not going crazy at all with the actual games. Buffalo, Kansas City, they got the repeat on right now of last year's divisional round on the NFL Network. Holy shit. Yo, that game was like back and forth. Let me tell you guys something. You guys might have been a little young. I don't know how old you were. For years, Tom Brady was the man for New England. He always beat Peyton Manning for Indianapolis. And you got to look this up. Somebody's got to look this up. And New England always beat Indianapolis. And then one day it was the AFC Championship again, and it was Brady versus Manning. And at halftime, we went to the liquor store to get beers. And I remember seeing the TV in the liquor store, and it was 21-6 at halftime. The Patriots were winning again. And I was like, oh, my God, same old shit. And that's the year that the Colts Peyton Manning came back, and the Colts beat New England that day to go to the Super Bowl, and then they won the Super Bowl. Like Brady could have like 10 rings. They blew it that year. Like they had the Colts beat 21-6 at halftime in like '08, whatever that was. And they fucking blew the game. And then the Colts went and beat the shit out of the Bears in the Super Bowl. The Bears sucked. Like that would have been another one for Brady. And then I still don't know if Nick Foles could win the Super Bowl. That's another one Brady blew. If Nick Foles could win the Super Bowl, Washington and Jaden Daniels can. But the Buffalo KC, I feel like I keep ignoring Josh Allen, and I'm starting to feel guilty about it because I like Lamar better. I don't dislike Josh Allen at all. I like Josh Allen, but like I like Lamar Jack. I love Lamar Jackson. He's like probably my favorite quarterback. So I was rooting for Baltimore, and now I love Mahomes and the Chiefs. Fat Andy. I love Andy Reid. So I'm rooting for KC, and I want to see a three-peat. I think I don't want to see the Eagles win a Super Bowl. I don't need to see any more from Philly. It was nice, but I'm that's enough now. I'd rather see the rookie. I've never seen two things in my life, and they're on the other side. They could both be in the Super Bowl. This is a historic year right now. My fucking luck. It'll be Buffalo versus Philly in the Super Bowl, and neither historic thing will happen. Although, it's nice for Barkley and Josh Allen can get his first if that happens. But as far as history, I seen the Dallas Cowboys win 2 in a row. The 90s, that crazy team, they were awesome, but they couldn't go. They didn't repeat. I saw the Patriots when I was in my 20s. They won 3 in 4 years, so they must have went back to back. I think they went back to back, but they couldn't do 3 in a row. 3 in a row is hard. Nobody's ever done it in the Super Bowl era. So I want to see the Chiefs going for greatness. I don't get impressed with LeBron James shit. I get impressed with the guys that fucking win all the time in a league where everybody's fucking great. Like, whoa, how does that guy keep doing it? Mahomes, Brady, LeBron didn't win enough championships. If he was that guy, he would have pulled a few of them out. Pulled a few more out. I want to see Mahomes. That's right, Ma. Mahomes is on his way to go for Brady right now, and Montana's got 4. Mahomes could tie Joe Montana this year. I think Montana's got 4. Wow. You know what? But I wouldn't give up on Lamar Jackson yet because John Elway didn't get his first ring until he was 36, and then they went back to back. He won again at 37. He played for like 15 years and then got it. I think Lamar's going to get it, but that was some bad luck with Baltimore. That was just some bad luck. Like just the way Mark Andrews played and those turnovers. But Buffalo is the slightly better team. If you ask me, Buffalo is a little bit stronger. They're underdog again. Why does Buffalo gets no respect? Guys like me, I'm never rooting for them. And it's probably the same with the general public. That's why they keep getting screwed on the line. Buffalo was undefeated at home. Do you guys know this? Buffalo was 10-0 at home this year. Why were they underdogs this past week? They were 9-0 at home going into the game with the MVP at quarterback playing tremendous. Why were they underdog? KC's not underdog this week. KC's favorite, like they should be. Are they as good as Buffalo? No, but they're favorite because that's respect. Buffalo with that team and what they've done this year, being 9-0 at home, I don't think they should have been underdog last week, and they won the game. So now this week, they're the slightly stronger team, no matter what the record is. Hey, what's up, Michael? How you doing, buddy? Like, check this out. No matter what do you think about this, Michael? No matter what the record is, Buffalo has been performing this year at a slightly higher level all year than Kansas City. They've been a little better than Kansas City's been all year. As good as not in the wins and loss department. I'm just saying the production, the offense, the defense. Like if you look at the stats, Buffalo performed their performance rate, all that shit is a little higher. They've got a strong team. It looks like they actually love each other. Those are the fucking dangerous teams. They got rid of Yapper, Stephon Diggs. Look at that. Look at that dynamic. You're going to tell me running backs aren't the most valuable. The Bills removed their best receiver, Stephon Diggs. The team got closer. Allen relaxed, became better than ever. Buffalo for AFC Championship team unity. That team looks like they love each other like brothers. When I see Buffalo, they're always laughing, hugging, smiling, rejoicing. Like that team, that's a close-knit team. And they're balling. They're balling by committee. If you look at it, Josh Allen does it all, but a lot of guys contribute on their offense. That's a dangerous team. And now, here's why this is going to be a heart attack game. You can't go in and say you like one team and you know it. I think this game is a 50-50 with a slight edge to Buffalo, but I think it's still a 50-50 really, because the championship clutch pedigree of Mahomes and Andy Reid with Mahomes and Kelsey having the freedom to do alternate routes on the fly, and they're all on the same page. They practiced it. So if you see three different variations of a cover three, they might be in three different cover threes. I used this analogy before. Like Kelsey might break it off where he knows it's going to be open, and Mahomes is anticipating it, and Reid gives them that freedom because they're so good at it and they're so smart and they communicate so well. And then like Juju, DeAndre Hopkins, and another receiver, Hollywood, they didn't catch one pass last week. Kelsey turned back the clock, 117 yards. So you don't know. And then Noah Gray had 3 catches. It looks like they did it all up the middle. If Kelsey had $117 and Noah Gray had another 3 receptions, right now Noah Gray to have 3 receptions is a plus 170. De'Ami Brown, Michael, you weren't in here yet. De'Ami Brown for 50 yards and Noah Gray for 3 catches. You put those 2 pieces of pie together and make that a dinner, plus 560 on FanDuel. How you doing? Uncle Nooch special. That's my special of the week. Type it in. Just give it a typer inner. Noah Gray for 3+. He caught 3 last week, only for 13 yards, because Mahomes, they're the king of the 1-yarders. Don't do any receiving yards with the Chiefs. I don't care how many Kelsey had this week. Mahomes and those guys, they'll do whatever they need to. Kareem Hunt and Pacheco could get 40 carries this week. I've seen the Chiefs where it didn't seem like they had a passing game, come out, throw the first 13 plays of the game, 13 passes, and then run the ball 42 times that night. I was like, what the fuck? It was Hunt and Pacheco a long time ago. It might have been Pacheco and somebody else, because I think they didn't get Hunt until Pacheco went down, right? I forget how that. But anyway, the play design of Andy Reid, they could go anyway. I would bet on receptions, because they throw so many short balls. There has to be volume. There's got to be reception volume. Now, as far as the other Chiefs receivers, I don't know. I wouldn't bet on any singular receivers in this fucking game. Hopkins, Goose Egg, Hollywood, those guys got to catch balls, but who knows? Andy Reid is so slick. I wouldn't even mess around with that too much. I'm going to look at some specials. Real quick. I'm not staying on too long tonight, so I'm not going to bullshit and waste too much time. I'm going to look at some cool specials, because there's no way one person sees everything. That's why I like to trade ideas here. Super Bowl. Washington's still 850. I got to throw my readers on. Super Bowl. Super Bowl TDs. Well, man, this is not fair, because that Washington-Philly game, I just have a feeling Daniels is gonna rise to the occasion. I don't see Washington going out easily. They played too cohesive. Washington's played cohesive. You know what? Buffalo's got the slight edge, Michael, but Reid and Mahomes and that team, they're going to be tough. And don't be surprised if Pacheco, you see a heavy dose of him early. It's going to be a funny game. Playoff leaders, playoff milestones. I'm looking Bills, Chiefs. Yeah, there's not much. As far as, you know what? I think you got to go. I'm going to tell you the ones I like, Michael, and then I'm getting out of here in a half an hour tonight. I think you got to go with De'Ami Brown. I think you got to go with A.J. Brown. Oh, that's the one. A.J. Brown had 2 catches for 11 yards last week. I know Nick Sirianni like the back of my hand. Playoffs, no playoffs. They're going to force this fucking guy 5 passes in the first 5 minutes of the game. I promise. I think A.J. Brown, you pencil him in for either 40 or 50 in a same game parlay along with whatever else you like. Just keep it moving along. Like 40 yards, he's minus 370. 50 yards, he's minus 215. I don't think there's any way in the NFC Championship that they're going to keep A.J. Brown under 50 yards. So I'm going to put him in for 50. I'm that confident. He's not going to get 11 yards again unless Hurts absolutely stinks. You know, that's the only way you can get screwed, backdoor, if you mess around with Philly receiver. But you would have to think, one would have to think that the number one thing that the defense is going to do for Washington is put a clamp on Saquon Barkley. No? Like, I think Philly's got to come out throwing. Or Washington should put the heat on and take Barkley right out. Terry McLaurin's been tremendous this year. And Jaden Daniels has been one of the best throwers of the deep ball that I've ever seen. He keeps dropping bombs in people's bread baskets. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, man, let's see. Triple Crown, most passing, receiving, and rushing yards. Oh, that's crazy. For the Washington-Philly game. Wow, that's crazy. You could bet on the Triple Crown winner. Most passing yards, you could bet like Daniels, Brown, Saquon. Holy shit. That's crazy. I would bet on Daniels and Brown and Saquon. Wow, that's plus 650. That's too much. That's too crazy. I'm not going to be following that during the game. They got some crazy stuff. Let's see what these guys are listed on the Bills. Hey, Bills Mafia, Michael, who do you like in the same game parlay in that game? Anybody on Buffalo that you've been looking at like, oh, I expect him to contribute? That's a tough offense for me. I got screwed this year a little bit on Dalton Kincaid. I expected Kincaid to be a step under the guy for the Raiders or so. I expected a big time tight end this year, but it was like they were too much of a spread out team. That's not a knock on Kincaid. He's a good player, but they don't overdo it with anybody. DeAndre Hopkins, oh my God. What if Andy Reid has a game plan and they hit Hopkins on a 47-yard post? Yo, he's minus 104 at 25 yards. That's disgraceful. If DeAndre Hopkins can get 40 yards, he's plus 240. Where the fuck is DeAndre Hopkins? Yo, the first game he was with the Chiefs, after the game, he did good. He put a split screen of Randy Moss and Tom Brady on the Patriots and him and Mahomes. Like, where now for him to get 50 yards is plus 370. What? I feel like just putting like whatever pays to $10, putting it on that on the side. Let's see. How much do I have to put to win $10? To win 10, you got to bet $2.71. I feel like putting my $2.71 on that, just in case Hopkins gets 50, you get a quick 10. If not, I throw away the $2.71. It's like buying a Gatorade. Oh, man, that bothers me, that Hopkins. It's hard. Those two teams, nothing's going to be predictable. I just can't wait to watch that as a fan. Oh, my God. I'm excited about that. Oh, Washington, Philly. Oh, I'm leaning Philly to be too strong and win the game. So the Super Bowl, as much as we want to see Washington, it should be the Eagles. Man, I'm not counting that. I'm not counting Daniels out, but it should be the Eagles. And then, man, I'm rooting for the three-peat. You know what? I'm rooting against Josh Allen again, and that's like bad karma. The Bills, this is going to be the year the Bills get all the way. It'll be Bills-Eagles, and there'll be no history chance. I won't see the rookie get to the Super Bowl for the first time in my life, and I won't see the team have a three-peat chance for the first time in my life. That's the bummer. I don't want the total bummer. My wish for the Super Bowl, please don't give me the total bummer. Give me Jaden Daniels in the Super Bowl, rookie with a chance to win the Super Bowl, first time ever, and give me Mahomes. One of the two at least, please. But we'll see. Enough of Saquon with his 2 million yards. And Alan, I won't be upset if Alan gets there. But I might be on again Sunday. I'll probably be home. I'll pop on again Sunday. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.